on the floss. I think we are. Good morning. Welcome to WIP-a with Liz and Kelly. Go ahead. Gotta have an intro. Thank you. Our special guest is really jazzing up WIP-a today. I'm Liz. This is Kelly. We're coming to you live from the Wool and the Floss in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, or Grosse Pointe Woods. We are a full-service needlepoint shop located just outside the city of Detroit. We are also a creative escape for all stitchers. So welcome, welcome. We do have a special guest, which we will get to.
Correct.
Who is trying to up our WIP-a game.
Yes. Yes.
Which is like great, but we usually don't have time.
It's
kind of how we operate, but the more bodies, the better, I guess.
Yes.
We had
Maybe she will write and sing a jingle.
Oh.
That's some homework.
Wouldn't that be good?
Yes.
So, let's see. It's hot. I was thinking this morning, like, to quote Beyonce, this ain't Texas, but it sure feels like it this week. We have been, I think we hit 100 yesterday or close to it. Mm-hmm. It has been stifling heat here in Detroit. I practiced on Sunday morning and I thought it was early and would be fine, and we made it a little over an hour, and it was like we were all talking. It felt like we were back in Nashville last year in July. It's been really, really hot and really, really humid here in Detroit.
We had a customer that came and dropped something off yesterday, and I think she said it's the hottest here it's been since like 1910 or something.
No way.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
not true.
Especially
Sorry.
for June.
That's a bad fact. It's been over 100 here.
In June though.
I think this day.
You mean in June? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I might accept that fact. But I'm like, we've had hundreds here before. I only remember this so vividly because my brother was born in 87 and my mom was pregnant in the summer, poor woman. And I remember it being one of the hottest summers like
Texas
ever.
I think at some point yesterday it said it like felt like 113 outside or something like that.
Yeah,
It was gross.
and I know our friends in Texas experience this very regularly. I think my Viking northern blood just can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we overheat.
Especially with me, the start of perimenopause. It's no fun.
I know.
I don't.
Nothing's fun about it, but here we are.
Welcome to the crazy.
I've been getting so many, I told my husband this last night, I've been getting so many memes and so many things like on my feed and in my algorithm about being old. And I'm like, stop. First of all, stop. I'm not old. But it's like convincing me I am. Do you know what I mean? It's all like, if you grew up and you remember this, you're in the middle of menopause or perimenopause. And I'm like, can we undo that in the algorithm? Can I like do cease and desist? Like stop, no mas?
I just remember when Kurt got his first like mail from A or B or whatever it was. And he's not that old yet, but he like started getting
they
it
start sending it pretty early, to be honest.
Yeah.
They send that stuff, they kind of jump the gun. I remember my dad being really upset about it because he just thought he was so young and everything, but then the minute he knew there was a discount involved, he was all for it.
Yeah.
They love the
Oh yeah, my dad loves a discount. So our week, I think it's kind of been a little bit, we've been inside a little bit, unfortunately, because it's been so dang hot. My daughter is coaching swim in this weather, and I know she said yesterday was a tough one, but she was out there most of the day. But again, she's a teenager, she's young.
Yeah.
So I just have one kind of hilarious swim story. I don't even know if I told Kelly this story yet, but we had a lot of really crazy weather here last week, some pretty significant storms roll through, and it was like every evening there was like some kind of like tornado warning, thunderstorm warning, something. So needless
Big
to
branches
say,
down, wind.
crazy. Our swim meet is usually on a Wednesday night. It got moved to Friday night because the weather was so volatile. So we go on Friday, and it's just so weird because Sam had to work, so I really had a coach. Like, yes, Addie swam, but like I was there and I was like, what do I do with myself? My friend Tish and I were like, what do we do with ourselves? Because their kids just, they don't need you. And usually at a swim meet, you're running around, someone needs a towel, someone needs a goggle, whatever. So we're watching it. I barely knew what events she was in. I didn't miss them, but it was like, it's just different, you know? She's doing her own thing. Last event of the swim meet is the relay. It's called 57 and under, so their ages have to combine to 57. They do a boys and a girls. So all week long I had to hear about how she was on the B relay. And I was like, you haven't swam at all. You've been working, you've been busy, like you're not in, swim shape. So like, who
Big
cares?
deal.
Who cares? So they get in
And
the
you're not swimming in college.
Oh, right.
this is
Like, it's just, she's
yeah.
so competitive.
I know.
So then they start the relay off, and I'm like watching it. We're just cheering because the relays count for a lot of points. I had no idea what the score was. We're watching the relay. I watch our third swimmer, Lainey. We're behind. We are behind, like, we're in third. She gets in the water. She catches up to the girl that's in first. And I'm like, oh, no. Because who's on the block? Addie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know her. She's so competitive. And I'm like, oh, God, this is going to be crazy. So Lainey gets within a body length of the swimmer. And Addie gets in, and I'm like, oh, my God. She just swims like a psycho.
Of course.
Very bad.
She's like, this is no team B.
Everyone
This is
starts
the A
going
team.
crazy.
That's
The whole
funny.
place is like, screaming for their team or whatever. Because it's, the cities are right next door to each other. They're all friends. It was all the Grosse Pointe North varsity girls swimming against each
That's
other the
funny.
whole time, which was fun. And we end up winning. And so everyone's going crazy. It's fun. But we're like, everyone's convinced we lost. We have to wait forever for this score to come through. And they're like, oh, something happened. We don't have the full score. The reason why is they were beating us most of the meet, and we ended up winning by 8 points,
Which is from the relay?
From that relay.
That's awesome.
At the end.
That's awesome.
So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of excitement. And
Memories.
I said to her, whether you were the swimmer or not, that was really exciting.
Yeah.
Like, it was our team, like, kind of just coming, because they won finals last year. Yeah. Like, the Woods is a good team. So that was our excitement for last week. But our other, I don't know, our current thing that keeps us busy at night.
Oh, Love Island.
Love Island.
I know.
And we hope you're all watching. If you have nothing better to do, it's a great needlepoint show because you
It
don't
is,
have to
'cause you
stare
don't really
at
have
it.
to watch.
I think
And
that's
not a lot
part of the
happens.
attraction. Yeah, it's like it's slow moving.
Yeah.
It's kind of silly. It's more about chit chatting with your friends and your theories and.
It's so funny. Our
It's
friend
ridiculous.
Leanne, I don't know if she's watching, but
Oh, yeah.
she was DMing me because she's also watching.
I
it.
saw her
She's like-
post.
she's also like, we were joking around DMing, and she's like, yeah, I can't wait till my husband goes to bed and then I come on.
Even our waitress, like we grabbed a quick bite
Dinner
to
last
eat,
night.
and the waitress was like, "Oh, you guys watch Love Island?" We're like, "Yeah." We're like, "What time do you get off?" She's like, "I don't get off till late. I gotta watch it late." And she was like all upset, and I'm like, "Girl, it'll be okay. Just tell your friends not to text you." Yeah, so she wasn't totally picking up on what we were trying to talk about, like which guys we thought were cute
Yeah.
and all that, but. It's just funny though. I feel like a lot of
messy.
people are watching
It's
it.
messy.
It's messy. It's silly. We miss Belle Dash
We do miss Belle Dash.
We really miss Belle Dash We're trying to create new names like Belle Dash
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Pepe.
Pepe. We really like Pepe. Anyway,
Okay.
let's
Sorry.
get on
We have-
to the
we actually
needle
have a lot to show. We have a
points.
lot of finishes to show.
Yeah, we do.
Exciting.
Don't worry, none of them are mine. You're first,
Oh, it's
Cal.
I'm first.
Cally's
Okay.
first. on
I
the
actually
schedule.
finished this a while ago, and it's been sitting in my bag to turn in, so I'm finally turning it in. And I don't know if Amy's watching, so this is from my friend Amy from Taylor's Studios. I don't know that you're gonna be able to read the stripes well on with.
okay.
It's better in person, but this is a little heart with my little initials in lowercase, and it's made into like this puffy scissor fob with a long cord.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited too. And these are available on our website. You can, I've seen people not do the ticking and do just like a solid color.
Yeah.
Or you could do a lighter color. I just was feeling like weird and wanted to
cute.
do a weird color combo. So I did red, white, and light pink. It's not translating that well on
Yeah,
camera.
it looks a lot better in real life.
Yeah.
But they're so cute, and they're Taylor Studios. They're really
Yeah.
quick projects. I know a lot of our customers have bought multiples for like themselves and their friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like whether they're stitchers or not, they're cute because they could go on a bag or they could be your
Yeah,
scissor
they're a
fob.
great bag tag too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do a scissor fob, and I'm gonna attach it. I've seen people attach it different ways. I've seen some people attach the cord in the middle. I'm gonna attach the cord, and I got this pro tip I think from Amy in the corner, so
Yeah.
it dangles like that.
Yeah, and I think I'd have to. If the queen will come back, we can ask her. Which one's our standard finish?
She just joined our live.
I think no, I think it was the middle, but now I think we're moving towards
Yeah,
the side.
yeah. So
It's a
I don't
preference.
know.
It's kind of a personal preference.
yeah, so let us know. Write it
Yeah.
on there that you'd want it offset to the side, or if you'd want it in the middle. You know, if you put it in writing, it's a lot easier.
Right, so that's my finish, my little fob. And then
Your whip.
my whip, the one that I was talking about that was like a secret for a while because it was a gift. Super excited. I was hoping to have it finished, but I didn't have as much
You're
stitching
so
time
close
this weekend as I wanted to. But so this is a birthday or no, it was a Mother's Day gift for my mom. And I give her some other things too.
She's a stitcher, so she gets it.
So this is it. Do you recognize him?
Yeah, so back here is good.
Yeah.
They can see it.
So it's Mick.
It's Mick
Jagger. And I had a lot of fun picking out my mom's been obsessed with Mick Jagger forever. I mean, who isn't? He's amazing. So I don't know if it's translating well, but I did a thin, I did a petite silk lame and T-stitch here because I wanted to look like it was like lights from the stage, kind of like reflecting off. And then most of his face I guess all of his face is in basket weave. I still have to finish some black and his white teeth and stuff there. His hair, I kind of made up this kind of diagonal satin stitch that I kind of like did in lines, and then I've added some random ones throughout. It's open. I'm going to put a little bit more on the bottom of that. But my favorite stitch, I auditioned 3 stitches for this, for this background because in my vision, he's on stage. These are the lights, and I wish I had a board.
It's okay.
These
when
are
you
the
hold
lights.
It up, it looks good.
Okay. So these are the lights reflecting on him from stage, and I wanted this almost to be like the background of the stage and like sound waves. So I really had a vision for this. So I started out trying like a Bargello wavy stitch.
Here.
Didn't love that, so I ripped it out. Then I tried like almost like a stitch with little Scotch stitches and straight lines. So, and then I thought, oh, it would look like beads or confetti or something from the stage. So I tried that, ripped it out, didn't like it. So I ended up finding this stitch in one of my go-to books. Shout out to Timmy and Jan. But Timmy's my girl. Got to hug her at retreat. But found this darning pattern stitch.
And she's using.
It's on page 18 of We Have Your Background Stitches. And yes, I'm using Radiance.
Do you know the name of your Radiance color?
I forget it. Something funny.
Nutty Irishman.
Nutty Irishman. The names are funny.
So this, I'm telling you, her background is painted like a very
taupe.
Like dull taupe.
Right.
Like it's nice, but it's like this kind of brings it to life. Like this is amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we don't have this canvas in stock, but I can order it for you.
Absolutely. If you're interested in Mick, let us know. That's something we can get.
And it looks like, because his hair also looks like it's kind of blowing.
Yeah.
So I wanted this part to reflect the movement of the paint. So I think it looks really cool. So I'm really, really, really happy with that background stitch. I was telling Liz about it yesterday, and she's like, that's what you're just going to talk about the whole time tomorrow. I'm like, I'm obsessed with this background stitch. And it's fun to do. It's easy. And I really like the effect that the Radiance is giving it. So there's that. Okay.
Lovely. Well, we have another finished object, but it's not mine. It's Bryn's.
Yes.
And it's the, I think it's adorable, the little barbecue pig. So cute. I want to say, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to show the canvas too, but I have to ask Bryn a question immediately. I think you used the same thread on the letters as you did on the outline. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's so funny in person because she did satin stitch on the letters and tent stitch around the border. It almost looks a different color. Just the way the light is reflecting off of it. It almost looks like it's 2 different threads, but it is not, and it is so cute. What are you going to do with it, Bryn?
Put it in an ornament.
Put in an ornament. Cute. And we do have, you can see Bryn added her own shadow stitching. This is how it comes.
That's a good example of shadow stitching. Yeah. Bryn, you did a great job.
So she did it really tight to the back of the pig because it's like a smooth curve. And then she added more around the feet because they're not going to be able to like fold the canvas and get the cording like tight up in there. So she's giving the finishers some room to work. So like Kelly said, this is a good job. And it's so cute. I like want a pig, like a little barbecue pig keychain.
I know. Wouldn't
that be cute?
You should make one for Chase.
I know. He is such a simple key person. Like he
But
literally
makes
carries
really good rubs though.
He hates the fob. Like now you have a fob for, your car.
So does my dad.
He literally would like 2 keys on his keychain if he had his way. So that is our finished object. And then quickly I'll show you my WIP. I shared it with you all before, but I wanted to show you the progress on the softball I'm doing for Addie. I've added the letters and I have added some striping, which again, it might be a little hard on camera, but Our go-to book lately, and we've talked about it a lot, is that Desert Island Stitches Volume 2 that has all the frames you could want and all the like bands or, you know, stripes over 2, over 3, over 4, over 5. And I think it goes all the way up to like 9. But look at, I just like the texture we put in the different stripes. And it's hard to see on camera, but my green stripes are a combo of velvet and radiance. So I too have been using radiance and playing around with it. And I have to give a shout out to our friend Lisa, who told me use a glue stick. So I was cutting my lengths of radiance like a few at a time and just running the end of the thread through just like a kid's glue stick that I had at my house. I of course couldn't locate my fray check because I have used fray check before on different projects and I really like it. It dries really fast. That's what I like about it. I did have to be patient and wait like, you know, 5-10 minutes for the glue stick to not be tacky, you know? Yeah. So if you just cut your radiance and do it, yes.
What's the stitch for the stripes?
It's in the book. Desert Island Stitches Volume 2. So the green one's in there and it's basically an X with a straight stitch in between. And the other one, they're little crosses, but they're not intertwined like upright cross. Yeah. But it's pretty simple. And I used Petite Silk Lame for the white. I didn't do regular Silk Lame. I've just been trying to experiment and use it in other applications.
And it works great. I mean, this
I like
is
it.
all, this, the silver
really
on this
like
is
it.
petite.
Sorry.
Some people are like worried about petite, but it really gives a good effect, especially for backgrounds where you want a lighter.
I agree. And I used it double-stranded around the monogram.
Yeah.
So I used 2 strands for this white behind the letters, and then I used a single strand for the little white stripes because I just wanted a little bit of texture, not a lot. So it just worked. And I tried it. Like we always tell you guys, we try it. I don't just like know it. I have to try it and see if we like it. So that's that on that WIP. But we gotta move on to our special guest.
We do.
We really do. We gotta get her out here.
So someone picked out a project last week. She learned to needlepoint when she was like 4 or 5 on one of the...
Which is really young.
Which is very young.
It is.
On one of these kits. This was actually her exact kit, this whale.
And we have quite a few of them in stock.
Yes, so on our website, we have a bunch of different options for if you have a little at home, a niece, a grandchild.
I would say, though, towards 7 or 8. Would you? Like, generally?
Yeah.
I would say
maybe even a little older.
Usually the fine motor skills are still going, still developing.
Yeah.
For everyone. She was a prodigy, apparently.
But, I mean, she did it, she never finished it. She did a little bit that summer, and then, like, she, because of life and school and sports, never really was interested in doing it again until last week. So, she took about a 8-year break. No, 9, how old are you? 10-year break.
How old are you? Oh, Lord.
And she picked out a project, so
yeah.
Want to talk about
welcome, Amelia. This is Amelia. Come on in, Amelia.
This is my project.
And I will hold it up for you.
She just picked this out last week, and that's how much stitching she has done.
And I did a color switch. The bowl was a darker pink,
Can you talk
but
a little louder?
a lighter pink matches my room better, so I decided to do a lighter pink. And I'm gonna make it a coaster.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
a coaster for her room.
I'll hold it while she shares with you.
And then I got to pick out needle minders from my mom's collection, and these are the 2 that I went with.
First was the love letter.
Yes.
Right? From Beauvais. She loved this one. That was the one I feel like she immediately was drawn to.
And
then our fave.
Bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
And then, so it's really hard for me to thread my needles. So my mom gave me this awful, not that one.
Not this one.
Oh, the awful.
Mom gave me this awful threader. It was so difficult. It kept bending it was.
You did not prefer it.
Right.
Then my mom found this threader. And when I tell you everyone needs one. Even if you don't use a threader, you need to buy one. Because it makes your life 10 times easier. Like, I love it.
I just have to say, it was so funny. Last week, she just kept saying, Mom, I just love this threader.
She does love the threader.
And then she came in for something last week. I forget what it was. Oh, maybe to pick out one more thread. I forget what it was.
The background. We had to determine the background.
Oh, yeah. And then
she was
she goes
moving
to
along.
Melissa. She goes, I mean, that threader. And she's just like, so we
It's
have
a
that
good
threader.
threader.
I will say it's nice because you find it easily in your bag, and this doesn't really weigh anything, and it's easy, it's ergonomic, like you can hold it in your hand like that, and it's a good threader, and it's just funny, like she's obsessed with it.
And it doesn't bend, because my other one would bend and I'd have to readjust and put the needle through. This one, it does not bend.
It's definitely more delicate. The OG kind of threader, which a lot of people love. A lot of people love, but this one's a little hardier and got the job done.
And I do have to say, I think I was a little bit concerned that she was gonna put in like an hour's worth of stitches and be like, okay, I'm good. And she's just been like
trucking along,
and then
I watched Love Island with them.
Yeah, and then I taught her Hungarian for the background. So she's learning. Now we're working on. It's going to take a little bit more concentration. She's going to learn how to compensate.
But I did show
her
her
this tent
Oh,
stitching.
thank you. I did show her.
I did continent.
Our little trick that I was taught, and I don't remember if it was Melissa. I don't remember if it was you. Sorry.
I think it's everything. It's like
that you can take a Post-it note and you basically cut off your stitch, whether it's in your book or on your piece, and it shows you where to end that stitch.
Yeah.
And then you start getting in your brain like, okay, that's, that'll be a half stitch, or that'll be, she has the 1 stitch over 4. It might be over 3, it might be over 2, it might be over 1, depending on the area. So I think you were nervous about compensating, but you're fine. Once you got a little explanation, I think you were doing just fine.
Yeah, when I started the background, when we were watching TV, I would just give it to my mom and I would say compensate.
Yeah, and then I came over and I was like, I'm gonna show you how to compensate. And I think you're perfectly capable.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yes, she's very capable. So,
Yeah, I did it last night.
I mean, you have almost the biggest part done. You're cruising.
Yeah.
So hopefully next week
and
we'll
hopefully
have a
this
FO.
inspires you to try to get a relative, a family member, a friend's child, whoever, into the passion you love. Because the other thing I thought was funny is Amelia keeps saying, I just love all this stuff. She's like, I love the needle minders. I love that. And I'm like, oh, you're one of us. Oh, she's like, oh,
Mom, do you have another one of those glitter bags?
I
that
know,
was
she was asking me for my Mopsy bag, and then she's like, ooh, I like this needle minder. Ooh, I mean, all the stuff.
I like this
yes,
needle
you are
She's
one of us.
in. Oh,
yeah,
this
she
is
likes
her
this
other
needle minder.
Yes.
It's like a Liz Kelli.
Yeah, it's inspired Hermes bag, and she really loves it. Not just because it's called the Kelly, but she was really loving a designer bag.
Yes. Okay, and so she just came on to be a little special guest, but she's really gonna go count threads now. So go check
Thanks.
them out.
Bye.
Thanks, Amelia. And if you don't, we did show you some kits that are for the younger crowd.
Correct.
And those are 10 mesh. They come with a needle, with instructions, and with all the thread that you need. And then we tape the edges for you. That's all that needs to be done. We do have another beginner kit that's for, honestly, this could also be for 8, 9, 10 and up. Just depends on how into it or motivated you think the person is, because this could also be an adult beginner kit. And we love these. We have these cute key fobs. Not a lot of stitching. You get all the silk and ivory. You get a threader, and I'm pretty sure that's a snag nabbit. And there's super snips in there as well.
Yep. So, and there's a little
and some
sheet.
needles.
Yeah, needles, and there's a little sheet with instructions for continental or basket weave. So it's kind of like everything. It's a kit all in one.
It is.
With
a project bag, too.
With a project bag. And Amelia really liked those kits too. We have to restock them in some of the other colors, but I love this one. She said she would turn it into a bookmark.
Yeah, it could be a bookmark. It could be a key fob. Like, there's a lot of options for it.
Yeah.
There's also a square coaster available that's very similar, and it has blues and greens, but really similar in skill level. And I think the thing when you first start is to have something that's not overwhelming. So it's not a lot of stitching. And it's not a lot of colors, because I know for me personally, I don't like switching colors a lot. I want to stitch. I want to get going. So I think it's encouraging to a newer stitcher to be able to get in a rhythm and a groove before you have to switch the color. I don't know.
Totally. And Amelia, I was here yesterday helping with inventory towards the end of the day, and she goes, oh, Mom. She goes, is this a kit? And she picks that up. And I was like, we should show this tomorrow, because she said, this would be great. Like, not everyone has a mom who knows so much about needlepoint.
Right.
She's like, this would be perfect if you were starting out and not knowing,
and
not
you don't
having
have your
someone to help
resource
you.
sitting next to you or in your home, because that's not the reality for everyone,
Right.
and you don't, I don't know, like the internet is wonderful, but it's nice to have it all there. Like
Yeah.
just all in your hands and kind of be able to try it, make mistakes, go back, you know, like I think you feel like you have all the tools with these kits. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, she's hooked. She even said like, I need to put my next project on bars so I can take it to stage door
I know.
for her theater camp. She's actually going to take a project, so when she has downtime, she's going to stitch.
Yeah, so she did some good things. She kind of was in her mom's stash, found some canvases that were
I said, shop my stash.
intended for her, like things you bought for her,
To do
and now
for her.
she gets to stitch, which I think is awesome because we do get a lot of canvases for people we want to gift, and like sometimes we just don't get to them, so it's kind of cool that she picked the ones that were intended for her.
It is
I
really
like that a
cool.
lot.
She did.
Yeah,
She,
I like that a lot.
So I'm like, oh, I picked out ones that you would like because you chose them to stitch. So
I know.
that's cool.
And last but not least today, we did want to share with you, so if you have a more adventurous beginner,
Correct.
or they finish their beginner kit and they're like, I want to do something else. This is a little more real estate, you know, of stitching.
Or it's also like a roll up and go basket weave project too.
Yes.
Like for anyone,
Yes.
any stitcher.
You
But
could
if
do
you are
that.
a beginner moving on to your next thing, this would be a good one.
Yes, so we
But
love
this is
this
darling.
frame
And
by
Amelia
Rachel Berry.
loved this
Bless
too.
you, bless you. We love this frame by Rachel Berry, and of course, you know I love Silken Ivory, so that's an easy pick for me. Look at how beautiful these colors are. We just got a restock of Silken Ivory. We didn't get everything we were waiting for, but we did get quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I was pretty excited to be able to find the pinks, which I think Silken Ivory has amazing pinks. So I was happy to be able to kit it in Silken Ivory. And me personally, there's nothing better than a project rolled up with some hanks of Silken Ivory. Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorites. But Kelly was like, okay, well, if you're a little more advanced stitcher or you want to be adventurous, she thought these ribbons for the flowers, just for the flowers, would be so gorgeous. And I think she's right. Look at those colors.
So pretty.
So you could do satin stitch. You could do Japanese ribbon stitch. Like there's a lot of options, and they're just small, delicate little flowers. So I think it would add a lot to that frame to have that little something special
I think that would
around
be
the
like the
edges.
perfect gift for someone.
Yeah, it's really pretty. And these colors, you know, they don't always show on camera. So
They're
sorry.
beautiful.
They are so like luxurious and beautiful in person.
And if you
so
didn't want to
perfect.
make it as a frame, you could also like put like a big initial or a monogram in there, or make it a pillow.
Absolutely, that would
It's
be
really
so
cute.
pretty.
Yeah, or
Oh,
like
I
a
like that.
little
Actually, I like that a lot better. I like
like
it
a
as
little
a pillow.
yeah, as a pillow with an initial, or like establish this, or
Oh, that's a
if
cute
it's for your
idea.
kid when they're like graduate, like
Could
or
do a
something,
wedding
like
date.
do a special or a
That would be
wedding
cute.
date or something. It's a really sweet. I love it. It's so classic and traditional.
Yeah.
Never timeless. It's a real timeless pattern.
And
So,
I honestly, as much as I love stuff that's over the top and super colorful, I think I like stitching simple things.
yeah.
You know,
Did
like
you show that or no?
I did not show.
Because I
it.
was just saying over the top. We love this. This is an example
Well,
of something over the top.
I
that
love
we
this.
Love.
And
I
it's
like it
a
too.
very small project, but like this, it's a floral print bow.
Yeah.
I love, love, love this. Of course, y'all know if you've been watching WIPs at all, it's my colors. It is so cute. And I'm not a bow girl, but this one's speaking to me because I just love the colors.
Yeah.
So fun. Now this would be a little bit of a stash buster just because there's a bunch of different colors in the flowers, but if you're someone who stitched a little bit on 13 mesh, you probably could make these colors
Yeah,
happen.
except for the greens. I mean, the
Right.
bright green. You'd
Well,
get.
I might have a couple bright greens in my house. Maybe just a couple, but I really love that. And I thought that was a nice little beginner project as well. It's $68 to get going, and you could frame it out and have it be a pillow, like make a bigger pillow with an inset.
13 mesh.
You could make a cute little ornament, like a shaped ornament. I don't know. There's like so many things. I just visually, I love it.
Right.
That's why, I mean, honestly, that's why we buy most of what we buy in Needlepoint. You just love it visually. It doesn't
Totally.
even have to make sense to
Well,
you.
And like I kept saying to Amelia, I really wanted her to pick out a 13 mesh project to be her
Yes.
first one.
Yep.
But she kept going towards, besides
she
the
liked
big
it.
American flag that I was like,
I love
with
that.
with the flowers, I was like, I love it, but I want to make sure you're actually going to needlepoint before we get that one.
It was a big commitment.
Yeah.
And I even said to her, that's a big commitment. You don't want to just start stitching on it and like put it down. So
Right.
that's why I thought a 4-inch round that's 18 mesh is not as much of a commitment as a 8x10
Right.
13 mesh.
So she ended up picking out an 18
Yeah.
mesh, but I think there's something to be said for, like, I wanted her to also pick out something she really liked, because then I know she would stitch it versus
Yeah.
like settling on something that maybe was a 13 mesh that was the same size that she didn't like as much.
I think this is a big needle. I'm gonna have to test it. When she absorbed all your needles, she had, how many tulip needles did she have on here? The one day she had like a lineup of like 15 tulip needles.
That's like $30
She's like, where did you get all those needles?
I'm like,
you couldn't even read, bless your heart. It was covered.
I know. She was, yeah.
But I think that one's a
So
20.
I guess I'm just saying she's
needle.
stitching it and finishing it because she really likes it. So
Yes,
there's
and
something to be
that's-
said for doing something that you love.
Well, yeah, exactly, because you're going to keep picking it up.
Yes.
It's huge, so.
And like, and I've been stitching him so fast because I
you're
know my
obsessed
mom,
with him.
and I know my mom loves him so much. Like
Yeah.
like I showed her the canvas and she loves the way it looks. So,
You're so close to the end.
I know I'm very close, very close.
It's
It will be
not
done.
even funny.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, we got to get to it here. We have a busy week this week. We have Well Wednesday tomorrow.
Yep, well, Wednesday, 11:30
Eastern
Eastern Standard
Standard.
Time.
I heard a rumor that there might be some items on sale during Well Wednesday tomorrow. So stay tuned. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, thank you so much. I know Christine is appreciative as well. We got a lot of pumpkin
Palooza.
Pumpkin Palooza based on our WIPs last week. If
Yeah.
you haven't had a chance to watch it, if you go on Instagram, last Tuesday's video, or we're on YouTube now too.
Yep.
On the Will and the Floss YouTube channel. We showed Christine's pumpkins. We showed all the ones we had in stock. An email went out to our email subscribers yesterday because we got a restock that came in from another trunk show of pumpkins.
Specifically.
So yes, so if you saw yours rung up yesterday, anything that people had pre-special ordered that came in from that trunk show, I pulled, rang it up before it went live. But there is a restock of some of them on our website, so check them out. 20% off is the time to get those pumpkins.
Yeah, and I'd rewatch WIPs. Like if you're like, what are they talking about? Go back and watch last week's WIPs because we had a lot of fun talking about the pumpkins. We showed some examples. We showed you some some thread suggestions.
Yeah.
Just go back and take a look at that. It's not, it's a pretty short video. So
Yeah,
it'll give you all the info and all the goodies.
yeah. So they're really cute.
Yeah, they're super cute. They're really fun. We're kind of obsessed with them.
I
so
know.
whatever's
We have a
left, we're
friend-
probably going to have to place a special
We have
order.
a local legend from the store.
The local legend.
who's is pumpkins in the queue for finishing.
Yes.
And I made a couple phone calls, or I had the queen make a couple phone calls, and I'm hoping we can get it back to show before the trunk show's over, so you guys can see like the real finished version and the flash, because they're so cool finished.
They are. And of course the queen plus local legend, that combo is going to be amazing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're excited.
Okay.
We're very, very excited.
Wow, Wednesday tomorrow, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Unboxing on Thursday.
Thursday, 9:30
Yep.
Eastern Standard Time. And
And that's enough lives for 1 week.
I know. I feel like we were kind of all over the place today, but we had to,
We had a lot to talk about, but we always are so grateful that you joined us.
Yes.
And we hope everyone can, number one, stay cool, and number two, take some time to stitch.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Like, I don't want it like this is